Hello, I'm making a video as requested with sun salutations. So I'd just like to run through the benefits of sun salutations. We can use sun salutations as a daily yoga practice. Will increase heart rate, breath rate. It's a lovely way to get fit, but we can also do it as slowly and as gently as we need to, and we can modify. So before we run through the sun salutations, I just wanted to talk about the alignments of the asanas within sun salutation. Sun salutation is a very activating sequence and is best done early in the day. It will really increase, as I said, heart rate and breath rate, and it will just really wake us up. Hence the reason it's sun salutations. It really gives us a lot of energy. So certainly I would advise this is practice for earlier in the day. And the first alignment I wanted to talk to you about was runner. So whenever we do the runner within the sun salutation, it's finding a comfortable position for you. So we don't need to be desperately wide, we just want to be comfortable. Ideally have your heel under your knee. If you need blankets or cushioning under your supporting knee, then you'll just place that across your mat and you can work in front and behind and just come onto your knee when you need to. And when we are in runner, well, throughout sun salutation, we want to be lengthening the back. We never want to be compressing the lower back. So when we come into our runner, we'll be here. And as we breathe in, we lift up the energy, but I'm lengthening my back. So you're in no way are you coming into a back bend. Just really lift up with that in-breath and lengthen. The next alignment I just like to go over with you is plank. So if you're going to plank, there's no need to plank. You can drop through onto your knees for transitions. But when we come into plank, we want the body to be very, very active and the back to be straight. So if you notice at any point that you don't have the strength to keep your back straight and it's dipping, then plank isn't the thing for you. And to enable this stability, I push my heels away. Okay? So the next alignment that's very important is your alignment in Cobra. And if Cobra is unsuitable for you or too strong, then you can Sphinx. Off you come. Move out of the way. You did that. So the alignment for Sphinx is we are aiming to have the elbows under the shoulders, and we're not going to tip the head back. We just keep the neck relaxed. And if you're choosing to Sphinx instead of Cobra, you'll just raise your eyeballs with 3 in-breaths and you relax them down on the exhale. For Cobra, my hands will come underneath my shoulders, lengthen the neck and lift. So again, we're not putting pressure on the back by pushing through the arms. We are just simply lengthening the neck and lifting the chest. Okay? If you have a lower back that has a tendency to spasm or is in any way uncomfortable when you're practicing your sun salutations, then just place a blanket across your mat or a cushion, and that will come underneath your lower abdomen just to give your back a little bit of support. The other thing to bear in mind is if your back isn't very strong in Cobra and Sphinx, use your buttocks, use your glutes, activate them to give your back a little bit more support until it's strong enough. And of course, in dog, the alignment we're looking for in dog is a lovely straight back. And if that means you have to have your heels off the ground and your knees slightly bent, it doesn't matter. What we want is a lovely long back. And when we come into our dog, we'll have hands under shoulders toes tucked in and your knees under your hips, and you just gently push up and you widen to the edge of your mat and lengthen your back. So if you get a longer back by having the knees bent and the heels off the ground, then have it. Okay, and we just let the head hang. And the transition from here can be challenging for some people. Some people will be able to manage to just step through into their runner. But that may break your flow if it's a struggle. So a nice way to come from dog will be, just find your dog, step in a touch, onto your knees, lift up, and your foot comes through for your runner. So just bear these in mind, make your decisions before you start your sun salutation, and we'll have a flow. So because we've got dog within sun salutation, we're just going to stretch the legs. So it's only 4 or 5 breaths into each stretch, but the very important ones to do for dog are to stretch your calves. So we'll stretch the calves in 2 ways. So I just, keeping my feet, my back foot straight and a straight back leg, I'm just pushing through that back heel to stretch the big calf muscle on the back of my leg. So we can have a breathe and a stretch. And remember, we're only going to stretch not to any discomfort. And then I bring my back foot about a foot closer, and I'm going to bend the back knee and drop my weight through that back heel. So I start to stretch the very bottom of the calf, just above the ankle. Give that leg a little shake, and then we'll take those stretches onto the other side. Knee, move off, move off, move off. Good lad, beautiful. So again, I've got the left foot straight, a comfortable distance, and push through my back heel until I feel the big calf muscle. Just relaxing into that stretch with my breath. I'm going to bring my left foot just a foot closer, still with a straight foot, bend the knee, and just drop my weight through that heel again until I feel the stretch at the bottom of the calf. Lovely. Give that leg a little shake. And then I think the hamstring stretch, you all know your own preferred way of hamstring stretching. One way just to stretch your hamstrings is just to come into a lunge. So I've just in my warrior stance really, I'm going to turn my body over my right leg, and I can just relax down until I just feel stretch the entire back of the leg. And again, 4 or 5 breaths. Dog yoga. Coming out gently, bending the knee and lifting up, and then we'll take that stretch to the other side. So again, I've got a straight leg, turn my body, and I'm just going to relax down until I feel the stretch all along the back of my leg. Bend the knee and just gently come up. So see how you are today. If you've got any concerns about doing sun salutation, then either speak to me or choose another yoga practice. So we'll have a flow through once on each side, and I make it quite gentle and quite slow. Once you become very familiar with sun salutation, you just take it at your own speed, and I'll talk a little bit at the end about how we can add some extra movements into the sequence without disturbing the flow. So first of all, I'm just going to move the dog. Neen, come off. Neen, come on. Neen. So, dog removal, physical dog, not asana dog. Okay, so you start sun salutation at the front of your mat, and you'll just come into a nice soft tadasana. Lengthen the spine, lift the lower abdominals, and relax the knees. And we'll just bring the palms together and put the thumbs onto the sternum, just to connect with the breath and the heart rate as it is now. And we release the hands and we work in threes. So we're going to have 3 forward bends where we're coming down for energy and lifting the energy up through our body. The next transition will be to runner. Both hands beside the right foot, left leg behind. Arms lift up with your exhale, breathing in and lengthening, just 3 times. Hands come onto the mat, ready for plank or into your cat. So push the heels away, soft through the elbows, just for 3 breaths. If you're strong enough, you lower your chest to the ground, or if you prefer, you bring your knees in contact with the mat first. Lowering onto the abdomen, palms are under shoulders. 3 Sphinx, 3 Cobra. Toes tuck under, and you push up into your dog. So we just walk through the heels, lengthen the back, head between the arms. Feet come closer, just come onto your knees, lift the right foot forward, 3 breaths in runner. Hands touch down beside the right foot, push into a forward bend. 3 forward bends, lifting with the breath. Hands come down beside the left foot, right leg back into a runner for 3 breaths. Hands to the mat beside the left foot, onto your knees or pushing into your plank. Pushing the legs away. Onto your knees or lowering gently to your mat. Hands under shoulders, 3 cobra or 3 sphinx. Into your dog. Lengthen the back, let the head hang. Feet come closer, onto your knees. Left foot forward, 3 breaths in runner. Hands touch down beside the left foot. Push up, lifting that sun energy up and down through the body. Hands come to the chest. You can make a decision whether you'd like to flow again or just to rest in Makrasana. So let's flow just once more. Finding a stasana, finding your focus, lovely and tall. And we'll have 3 forward bends, lifting energy up through the body. Hands touch down beside right foot, left leg back. 3 breaths in runner. Hands touch the mat, under the shoulders. Find your plank. Lower to the mat. Hands under shoulders, 3 cobra. Come onto your knees or push up into your dog. Lovely long back. Walk in, onto your knees, right foot runner. Hands touch down, push into a forward bend. 3 lovely uncurls. Hands to the mat beside the left foot, right foot back. 3 breaths in runner. Hands touch the mat. Find your plank. Push those heels away. Down for cobra. You're going to push into dog or come onto your knees for dog. Feet move in, onto your knees. Left foot forward. 3 breaths in runner. Hands touch down, push into a forward bend. When we uncurl this time, palms to the chest. Notice how your breath rate is, how your heart rate is. And then we can seal that energy. So I'm going to place my right palm above the left, holding the energy that I've created, and I turn clockwise 3 times. And I can either release that energy or breathe it in, find myself back in Tadasana. And the traditional blessing for sun salutations is Om Shri Shiraya Namaha. And after you've finished your sun salutations, just gently come down into Makrasana Crocodile and rest. And if you'd like to add some extra movements into your sun salutation, just to give you a different flow or maybe to strengthen certain areas of your body, I'll just tell you a couple that I like to add in. One is I add in a flowing dog. So I find my dog, it's right beside me, but anyway, I find my dog. Just relax into that, let the back be long, the head hang, and then I'm going to bend my knees, transfer my weight onto my hands, circle my hips up and drop back. So it's just a lovely, gentle, flowing motion. Nice to add into your sequence. Some people also like to lift a leg, to come into a 3-legged dog. So you just take your weight onto one leg and extend the other, trying to keep your alignment. Another lovely abdominal strengthener that I like to add in, and only if you're strong enough, and maybe only if you've done this with me at class, is a reverse sphinx. So to do a reverse sphinx, I always do it when I come down after the cobra. I add in some reverse sphinx. Hello you. Hello you. Right, off the mat. Good boy, off the mat. Off, 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 off. So for reverse sphinx, I just have my elbows underneath my shoulders, good contact through the palms, and I tuck my toes in, and I'm just going to push up and bring my head towards my chest. So I push through the legs and tuck the head in. Just one more time. And just remember, you can do this sequence as slowly and as gently as you need to, or you can use sun salutation for a lovely, lovely fitness activation early in the day. The only movement we don't take the body through in sun salutations is a twist. But the sun salutations encompasses everything we need to keep ourselves strong, fit and flexible. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I hope this has been of some use to you, and you've spent some nice time with the real dog Neen. Anyway, have a lovely day. Much love to you all. You cheeky dog. You cheeky dog. Is it dog dinner time? Did I start?